Some warnings feel like pranks on lonely highways until the moment you realize they weren't T-warnings at all. And by then, whatever's following you has already decided you're worth noticing. I was driving home from a late shift when it happened. Highway 17, just past midnight. That dead stretch of road where the radio always cuts out and even the GPS seems unsure of itself. It was early autumn, the kind of cold that fogs the windshield from the inside. And I remember thinking that the darkness outside looked heavier than usual, like it was pressing up against the glass. I had been on the road maybe 20 minutes when I first noticed the headlights behind me. They appeared suddenly, bright and sharp, as if the driver had pulled onto the highway at full speed. I didn't think much of it at first. People speed all the time on that road, but then the lights pulled a little too close. Uncomfortably close. Close enough that my rearview mirror turned blinding white. I tapped my brakes gently, a universal signal to back off. The driver didn't. If anything, they got closer. I muttered something under my breath and merged into the right lane to let them pass. Instead of overtaking me, the car moved into the right lane too. Perfectly synced. I tried speeding up, so did they. Slowing down, same response. It was unnerving, but not supernatural. Not yet. I assumed the worst. Drunk driver. Idiot teenager. Someone spoiling for trouble, so I kept my eyes forward and focused on the road. Its faint white lines as the beams behind me flickered like a warning I couldn't interpret it yet. Then the first car passed me. It came from behind the tailgater, another sedan. It's one dusty and dented, pulling alongside me with its window down. The woman in the passenger seat was waving frantically, not the friendly kind of wave. The urgent, panicked, something is wrong kind. I rolled my window down a crack. Her words hit me in bursts of cold air and rushing wind. Pull over now. Get off the road. Behind you, look. The driver honked, long and desperate, then sped ahead. My chest tightened. I glanced back, just for a second. And that was the moment everything shifted. The car behind me was still riding close, but now I could see the driver inside. Or rather, I couldn't. Where her face should have been. There was only movementus off, swirling distortion, like heat rising off asphalt on a summer day. No eyes, no mouth, no outline of features. Just a shifting blur that felt wrong, as if something was trying and failing to imitate human shape. It didn't make sense. My brain fought it, tried to smooth it into something normal: shadow, reflection, fog on the glass. But the longer I stared, the more the unease crawled up my spine. The figure tilted its head, cruised slightly the way someone does when they want to study you. That was enough. I hit the gas and took the next exit, an old service ramp that led toward a rest stop I barely remembered. The other car, Noma one, had pulled over near the bottom, its hazard lights blinking into the darkness. I rolled to a stop beside them, hands shaking on the wheel. The woman from the passenger seat was already out of her car, hurrying toward me. "Did you see it?" she asked, voice trembling. "Did you see its face?" I didn't even answer. I just looked back up the ramp, expecting the faceless driver to follow. But the highway above was empty, no headlights, no engine, nothing. "He was right behind me," I whispered. The couple exchanged a look, fear mixed with something else. "Recognition. You're not the first," the man said quietly. "We drive this road a lot. People flash their lights when they see it tailgating someone. Half the time the other driver doesn't notice until it's too late." "Too late for what?" The woman swallowed hard. "For it to follow you home." I wanted to argue, say it was just a trick of the light, exhaustion, anything, but the air felt thick and electric, the way it does when you're being watched. Out of instinct, I checked my rearview mirror again. Nothing there. Yet the dread didn't fade. I thanked the couple, forced a shaky goodbye, and waited in my car until they drove off. When I finally merged back onto Highway 17, the stretch of road behind me felt impossibly dark. The whole way home, I kept checking my mirror. I didn't see the faceless driver again. Not that night. can. But sometimes, late at night, I'll catch a flicker in the mirror, a brief distortion, like something shifting in the back seat. And every once in a while, when another car flashes its lights at me on a lonely road, a cold thought slides down my spine. What if they aren't warning me about them? What if they're warning me about what's behind me?